Namaste, welcome to my channel. My name's Tabby and thank you so much for clicking on this video if you clicked on this for why the title suggests. This is going to be a really nourishing, quick practice for depression. In this practice, the poses that we're going to do are really just low to the ground, either seated or on our backs. And it's just going to be something nice and gentle for you to be able to get moving. I know from personal experience that sometimes being in a state of depression can just make you stay in bed for ages, and then your back feels really just crap, your hip feels crap, everything just doesn't feel great. And so a little bit of yoga, a little bit of movement, time on your mat can really it won't make everything better, but there will definitely be, something that you can be proud of yourself for, that you got moving today. So I'm really proud of you for coming to this video, and we're going to get started. So I've got my suede mat out today just because I wanted something a bit softer and more gentle. So when you're ready, just swing your legs out long in front of you. We're going to start with a twist. So coming into Lord of the Fishes or half spinal twist, keep your left leg extended out long, bring your right knee in towards your chest. You might stay here, or you could cross that right foot over to the outside of your left leg. From here, place your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, left hand reaches. Exhale, place that left hand behind your right leg. So inner thighs are squeezing towards each other here, staying active in those left toes, and you can gaze past your right shoulder if that feels good. Smooth inhales in and out through the nose. Just a twist here to start to get things moving, start to get things flowing. You could point those fingertips up towards the ceiling if that feels comfy. It might be just something to play around with. Sit up tall through the spine. Your next inhale, see if you can find a bit more space, and then exhale. Maybe you've got a little bit more room to twist deeper into this. And release. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Place your hands behind you. Peel the hips off of the ground just to lift the hips up. Not really a reverse plank here, but just a bit of a neutral pose. So you can come back into that with the toes pointed, hips lifted, chest open. And bring it back down. Other side, right leg will extend out long. Bring that leg into its position, so either bent to the inside of the leg or the outside. Place the left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right hand lifts. And exhale to find your twist. Now on this side, now that we figured out the shape on one side, see if you can just breathe into this side of the shape. Noticing where this feels good. Maybe you notice some little pockets of space that you're able to melt into. With every inhale you find length, and with every exhale see if you can twist just a little bit more. And you can release, come out of it, place both hands behind you, both legs extend out long, press into the palms of your hands, lift the hips, open the chest. Release back down. We're going to come to lay down on our backs now. Hug the knees into the chest, just rocking around a little bit here. Cool. And then plant the left foot down, right ankle crosses over the top of the left knee for figure 4 or supine pigeon. You can stay here if you feel enough of a stretch here, or you can interlace the fingertips behind the back of the left thigh, pulling that leg in towards you, feeling a deeper stretch through the outside of the right hip into the glute. Soften with every exhale. Might feel good to rock a little bit from side to side here. Just find what feels good here. See if there's a little bit more squeeze. Bring those knees in closer to you. And then we're going to release. Cross that right knee over the left. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Take a hold of outside edges of the feet. Coming into supine shoelace pose. So if this is just a lot, you can take a hold behind the backs of the thighs here. Otherwise, reaching for the outside edges of the feet. Not forcing anything here. Just allowing the body to soften, stretch. Getting the energy moving and flowing. Beautiful, and then release. Soles of the feet come down onto the mat. I was going to say palms of the feet, but that doesn't sound quite right. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. Left knee is bent. We'll take this reclined pigeon on the other side now. So when we're in little spouts of depression, or just feelings of hopelessness or being unmotivated, just these gentle pockets of movement, this time on our mat, just getting out of bed, getting the body out of stagnation can really help. Plant the right foot down, cross the left leg over. We'll come into that reclined shoelace pose on this side. And so you don't have to do much. Just moving the body, getting the energy flowing. Exercise is really great for getting out of these moments of depression, but sometimes a full gym workout or going for a walk can just be a lot to think about when you're just really going through it. So just a little bit of yoga can sort of get the ball rolling. Alright, let go of the bottoms of the feet. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So walk the heels up towards the bum. General rule of thumb is make sure you can kind of scrape the backs of your heels, but if you can't, that's alright, because all of our anatomy is different. And then as we lift the hips, we're going to imagine that we're squeezing a block in between the thighs. So we don't want the legs to splay out, we want them energetically pressing in towards each other. So make your lower back flush with the mat, and then press into the soles of your feet as you lift the hips. Come into your bridge pose. Squeeze your bum to protect your lower back, but also to lift the hips up a little bit more. And then lift your chest towards your chin towards the ceiling. Keep pressing into the soles of the feet. And if you like, you can clasp the hands underneath and shimmy the shoulders closer towards one another. Even pressure in the feet, opening your heart up towards the sky. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Hips come back down to the mat. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug here. Massaging out the lower back. This is a bit of a counter pose for our bridge. And then happy baby, bring the hands in between the knees, take your hold of the outside edges of the feet, and send the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Rock a bit back and forth here, maybe straightening out one leg, and then the other. And I really like this pose when I'm feeling kind of shit, because it translates to blissful baby. So It's kind of a pose that I feel like was never intended to be too serious. I'm probably not the first person to say that, but yeah, it's good. You can just muck around a little bit. It also feels good to open up the inner thigh and groin, especially if you've been in bed, kind of just like, for me, laying on my face. So to open up the legs can, I don't know, it just makes you feel a bit better after being in bed or feeling like crap or sitting on the couch. Don't take that too much out of context. Alright, serious. See if you can draw the knees a little bit closer down towards the mat, finding external rotation through the hips. Now take a deep breath into the belly and follow the exhale all the way to the end as it passes out through your nostrils. And then really gently, really lovingly bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees come out wide for a reclined butterfly pose. Palms can come to your belly, maybe one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Maybe it feels good just to have the hands down by your sides. I like to have the palms facing up. It just kind of welcomes in some new energy. I don't know, it's just kind of it's a vibe, having the palms facing up. Laying comfortably here for a few breaths. And then bring your awareness to something that you're really grateful for. It can be tricky when we're feeling depressed and unmotivated to name things that we're grateful for, because sometimes it's kind of like, bitch, I don't feel grateful for anything. But the word grateful doesn't work for you. You can think of something that you love or that just brings you joy. And just hold this thing in your mind, remembering that that thing is there. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Let go of any unnecessary tension or holding. Maybe supine butterfly doesn't feel too great, so you extend the legs out long, coming into Shavasana. And then roll over onto one side. We're going to come up to the seat. We're going to start to be upright. Coming into a cross-legged seat or a comfortable seat of your choice. I'm actually going to switch the legs over just for something a little bit different. Sometimes you need to shock the system in subtle ways to kind of get things, you know, moving a bit more. And you know what? It's okay if you don't feel like after this practice you want to get up and complete your to-do list. You just want to go back to bed. A-okay with me. Sometimes these things take time to settle in and take effect. Anyway, when you're here, take an inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, drop them away from your ears, let it go. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, squeeze, maybe squeeze the muscles in the face. Exhale, let it go. 1 more time, inhale as you squeeze. And exhale, let it all go. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and thank you for coming onto your mat, or maybe you did this in bed or just watching this video and you're here with me in spirit. I'm proud of you. You got this. Whatever you're doing right now is perfectly fine. You're exactly where you need to be. Namaste.